All right, so we are moving on to figure 9-84 here, which is really going to be teaching us how to use the polar array tool in AutoCAD. Um, and basically this is just some type of a disk with some holes put into it. So as I'm looking at this particular drawing, anytime you see circular part, just the machinist in me always wants to use the center of any type of wheel or spoke or axle as 0, comma 0. So I'm going to go ahead and we are given a diameter of 6 inches um, on the outside diameter and an inside diameter of 1.5. So we'll go ahead and use the circle diameter tool here. And again, 0, comma 0 will be my center, and 6-inch diameter for that. So let me do a zoom all to come in on it. We'll go ahead and we'll do the circle tool again. Now here we can again type in 0, comma 0, and the center diameter here is 1.5. So I've got that. Let me go ahead and get my grid off of here for right now. So, and then I have a 1/2 inch diameter circle that is over 2 inches in the X. So that's a real simple coordinate point entry here for the center, because I know that that is going to be 2, comma 0 as far as the points there. And again, this is going to be a 0.5 diameter instead. So there is this plate, um, and that we are instructed to save this as array. So I'm going to go File, Save As. We'll type this in as array, all capital letters, hyphen first and last. So, so now we have that. Now we're going to create the polar array off of this particular figure. So we may as well take care of that right now. So go File, Save As. And instead of array, we're just going to save this as array 1. So, and now as we do this, we'll just have to hit save instead of save as. And uh, as we're looking at this, we need to count the number of holes that are shown in this. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 holes around there. So first off, let's find the uh, polar array. And in the modify panel, if you go to where our linear array is, drop that down, and we give a polar array first. So now, once the select the object, so we want to array this hole pattern. I'm going to hit enter, and now it wants the center point. So we're going to go the center point here. Oh, it picked that up wrong. So let's escape out of that. Let me hit undo and come back and do that again. So we're polar array. Here's my object. So I'll hit enter. And again, sometimes you got to make sure I kind of clicked on the tangent point so it went off of there as opposed to the center point. So let me zoom in a little bit more and get that center point. There we go. Now, notice we're given 6 points. So you've got up here in the polar array, we counted, we need 12 of these. So let me type that in. Now notice, as soon as you put in 12, the number and the fill automatically comes in. So it's 12 between 30 and 360. We've got one row. But let's say if I wanted 12 here between 30 and 270. Let's kind of put that in just so you can see, excuse me, how it changes. So see if we can get 12 in between there. And so it's automatically kind of converting and putting all of those holes in there. That would be an awful lot right now. So let's go back. We want this to be around the full 360 degrees. Notice it automatically populates the spacing. So in there. Let's type in now if I go 2 rows instead. So see how much this kind of goes in. And Uh, again, it's just going to kind of go out. If I go 3, 4, 5, so you can kind of do that. This is going to change the spacing of them. So notice how much we can kind of go out and use that to create spokes. But in this case, we really only need one row. So we'll just kind of keep that in there, taking care of that for right now. And now we want to close this array because we're finished with it. So, all right, and let's save this. So that takes care of that one. Now, the next one, let's go ahead and go File, Save As. This is going to be Array 2, it's telling us. So let's just go ahead and change this to Array 2. So, and save. To kind of get this in here, all we need to do is, I don't need to delete anything, but notice as I put my cursor on that, it keeps that array together. So let me pick this back up, and we're going to go. Now, in this case, I only need 7 of these. So let's just type in 7. And now we're going to go between, this is all going to be 180. So notice how we've got this going on. Let me get this out of there so we can see what, so, but it's not the right direction. So let's change this direction here. So, and flip that around. So there we go. So notice how all I need to do is kind of change direction here. So you can change a base point. So play around with some of these, get to be familiar with what they do. I'll go ahead and close that array and save this as well. And that is the polar array tool that you can use to do these drawings.